What's happening, everyone? Matthew Levi here, Friday morning, the Oracle at 8, and I am running behind. I don't have the mic set up. I don't have my room smudged. And so, give me just a second. Now we got sound, now we got a mic, we've got lights, camera. Oh, what a day. What a day it's been already. What a day it's been. Not ready for this day, I guess. Apparently wasn't ready to go live this morning. But here we are. Here we are. Thank you for joining me, whoever is with me. Drop a comment and let me know who's there. I am just now getting set up. I'm running behind this morning. Crazy day already. It's feeling like April instead of August here in Northeast Oklahoma. We've got clouds and widespread scattered rain again. High's only supposed to be in the mid 70s today, which is strange. Like I said, feels more like August than, April than August. So, grandmother, good day to you, and thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. I'm running a little behind this morning. My truck is in the shop. I had to take Tasha to work this morning and have her car. I've got a meeting with Wynomi later this morning. Renee, thank you for joining me. Just get my smudge pot going here. Just got it lit. It might take a second. And I'll send some smudge around. But what's on the agenda for this weekend? Oh, let me know what's happening this weekend. I, for the life of me, don't really feel like I have much planned this weekend. It's just kind of winging it. Last weekend, I tried to plan my Saturday out, had several meetings scheduled, a class scheduled, and it all went to shit. So, good day, Ricky. Thank you for joining me. Grandmother, having a busy day. Angie, thank you for joining me. Thank you all for joining me. My smudge pot does not want to light this morning. So, there's more than one way to skin a cat without getting hair in your mouth. So, we'll bust out this big old smudge stick. For some reason, that charcoal didn't want to light. Yeah, that's the one I want. I feel like Chong when he hands Cheech that massive joint. He's like, "I'll let you go with me." But anyway, good day to you all. Venus Day. It's Friday. The eclipse portal is open. The eclipse portal is open. You guys feel that? You guys feel that eclipse portal opened up over the last couple days? Yeah. Great Spirit, I thank you for this day, and I ask that you send these folk and these sacred herbs through space and time, surround all those that are watching and will watch. 7, remove any cords of fear, doubt, and insecurity. Surround them and embrace them with your love, your peace, your clarity. Thank you once again, Great Spirit, for this day. Thank you for blessing me. I am Matthew Levi. I am the Oracle. I am the channel. I am the way. I am the truth. I am the light of the world. I am the love of divine source incarnate. Thank you all. Thank you all. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. Let it sit there and cook while I try to get in the mode here. Like I said, been a wild morning, but I can feel the energy coming. I can feel it. Oh yeah, there they come. Here they come. Jesse, thank you for joining me this morning, and thank you for your message this morning. And I will, I'll try to get in touch with you, give you a call after this live stream, Jesse. So, what does Spirit have in store for us? What messages of love do we have for today? What is it we need to know to activate the power of love within us so that we can go forth and create a beautiful life, get control of our dream, become lucid in this dream, and start controlling it? So, from the Power of Love deck from James Van Praagh, what do we have this morning? Oh boy. This is something that I feel is seriously lacking in the world today, and it is empathy. Empathy. We need to activate the empathy in ourselves to activate the power of love, and that is we need to feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. You guys have heard me talk for a long time that we are here to be of service to each other and to this planet. And to do that, we need to understand empathy. We need to activate the power of empathy within us to be able to be in service to love. So, learning to put yourself in another's shoes and try to see things from their perspective and have some empathy and some compassion and understanding for them will help you to be of better service to them and to love. Empathy is different than sympathy. A lot of people want to give sympathy, and be sympathetic instead of empathetic. And I feel like the difference between empathy and sympathy is the attachment. Empathy comes with the compassion and understanding, but you're still not attaching and taking on this person's problems as your own. When you sympathize instead of empathize, when you sympathize, you attach to that suffering, you take on their emotions as yours, and you begin to feel it and create that suffering within your own life. That is the difference between empathy and sympathy. Empathy is you feel it and you understand the emotions, but you don't hold on to them. They're not yours. You understand that they're not yours. So today, to activate the power of love within you and within this realm, empathy, the practice of empathy, compassion, understanding, trying to understand where somebody else is coming from. Understanding that, if they're wounded and hurt and lashing out and causing pain, there's a good chance that they're suffering and causing and in pain themselves and reacting from a place of fear and from a place of trauma and from a place of wounding rather than from a place of empathy and understanding and a place of love, which is in the heart space. So, good day, Junior. Thank you for joining and congratulations on passing your exam. So, today, folks, empathy. Empathy. I have a great deal of empathy for the people of the world that I'm able to empathize and not sympathize. And once I learned the difference of the not attaching it and taking it on as my own is whenever I freed myself from a lot of things and was able to actually be in service and help. Because when you listen and you understand and you try to see things from other people's perspective, you're better equipped to offer guidance, words of wisdom, words of love, words of compassion. So, empathy today, folks. Empathy. Good morning, Kit. Good morning. So, I have the Archangels deck in hand now. So, whenever y'all are ready, they're ready, I'm ready. Feel the Archangel Chamuel today. Filling my heart. Call on the Archangel Chamuel today to help you be empathetic. Chamuel is the angel of the heart. It's all about love and compassion and helping us to find balance and joy. So, as always, you can call on those higher powers and principles. Come and help you. Who's first? Who's first? Junior. Junior, they're telling you to let it go today. The 1-8, the let it go. This situation that you're in no longer serves you. Allow Michael and the archangels to sever your energetic connections to the past so you can embrace your future. Sounds like the successful completion of that exam is, or should be, impetus to push you further down on your path. But in order to do so, you have to let go of some of the past. You have to let go of some of the people, some of the ideas, some of the belief systems. So let go. That 1-8, get out of that root chakra, get up into your higher knowing. Let your higher knowing, your inspiration, that divine inspiration lead you, Junior. So Ashley, and then Angie, and then Kit. Ashley from the Archangels. What do you have for Ashley today? Michael, Chamuel, Jophiel, Raphael, Gabriel. Oh, Ashley, the double deuce, the open your heart. No one is perfect, so stop judging yourself and others and let love heal this situation. They're telling me that you need to have some empathy for yourself. Open your heart and let them heal this situation. You know, we spoke yesterday for 2 hours yesterday. And I think a lot of that conversation is what's being referenced by this card today, Ashley. You know, you have to open your heart to new perspectives like we talked about. And you have to learn to have some empathy for those people, some understanding, similar to the conversation we talked about yesterday. So Ashley, they're telling you today to open your heart and let love heal this situation. So, and then Angie. Ashley, open your heart. Angie. Feeling a little funky this morning, folks. Feeling a little funky. And I'm telling you, it's got to be because of this eclipse portal. I've discussed it in the past. That's okay, Jesse. Angie again with the 8 card. I think you kind of got this last week. Deeper insights are at hand. Keep digging. Keep digging. The overall plan is good, but the details need work. So do a little more reflection before you move forward. You know, this goes back to some of our conversations again about learning how to respond and shifting your mindset from the conditioned way it used to operate to a new way of operation. And so that's going to require you to really revise your plan a little bit and look a little deeper. Like I said, the overall plan is good. It's just you may have A, B, and C, but missing D, E, and F, and then pick up again at G, H, and I. You know, you need to not only A, B, and C it, but D, E, and F it, and hopefully you don't F it up, right? Or here's the thing, not worry about Fing it up. Because when you worry about Fing it up, you're certainly going to F it up. So A, B, C it, D, E, F, G, go on. Just revise the plan. Kit. And again, everybody, don't worry about effing it up because there really is no right or wrong. You can't fuck it up. You can't F it up. If you do, it just means you learn something. That's all it means. Kit. Have no fear. We have talked about this before. Kit, have no fear, because it is a trap of the ego. Allow Michael and the archangels to swing his sword of light and sever you and remove you and free you from those disquieting feelings that are holding you back. Have no fear, people. You guys have heard me talk about fear, how it is merely an illusion. It is false evidence appearing real. It is real in the manner that it is there simply to alert you to potential danger. And danger is just threats to life and limb. And when you mitigate those dangers, it's easier to move on. So Kit, have no fear. The 1-4, right? Lean into your inspiration, your intuitive knowing to make those gut-wrenching decisions, those hard decisions, and let your higher self, your higher wisdom lead you. Get out of that fear trap. Get out of the ego. Step into your true self. Listen to your soul self and not your ego self. Good morning, Madison. Good day, Madison. Good day, Shaka. Gina. So, grandmother's next. Grandmother is next. And again, folks, if I miss you in line or miss you in order, please just drop it again. Hannah Clyde, thank you for joining me this day. Erica, you as well. Madison. So, Michael, what do we have for Diana, grandmother, today? That one, boy, that one wanted to come out of there. Oh yeah, this is about faith today, grandmother. The 34, trust in your divine purpose. This experience has divine meaning and healing will come, and know that you are on the path of growth. You have to trust in your divine purpose. That is what true faith is. You know, it is not only the belief that you're going to be taken care of, but it is that trust. It is that surrender to the knowing, to the higher powers, to your soul, to the unseen realms, and allowing them to move you on your path. Everything that we experience in life is all part of the plan. It is all meant for us to serve our higher good. It all serves a purpose, and it is all, more importantly, happening because of us. So when you learn to trust in yourself, in the higher powers, in your knowing, it's a lot easier to move on and find and live to your purpose, which is to be of service to others. So, grandmother, the 34. Trust in your divine purpose. The 3 is telling you to bring balance to those decisions, to those emotions that help you make the right choice to go to the right direction. You know, I speak about the 4 as like the crossroads. You know, we're always standing there at that crossroads. The deal, you know, the devil sitting there always trying to make a deal with us. You got to ignore him. You got to ignore him. You got to listen to your higher knowing. Trust in yourself. Okay, grandmother. Jesse, would you like a card? Gina, Shaka, Madison, Hannah, Erica. You guys want a card? Drop the comment and let me know. But today's message from the Power of Love, since those of you that are joining late, is empathy. Empathy. You need to learn to feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. Yeah. And a lot of times people just need confirmation. And you're welcome, grandmother. Just need some confirmation. Madison. Okay. Madison and then Shaka. Sometimes it's hard to trust, man. Sometimes it's hard to trust because, like I say, the dream weavers are sending them "Are you sure?" moments because, like I said, we're constantly creating this realm, and we have moments or may have moments where we're not actually in Eine, where we drop down and get into a fear-based idea for a moment, chase some fear-based beliefs or ideas or negative doubts or thoughts and insecurities, and they're up there saying, oh, that's what they want now, so let's rig that up and send that down the line. So you have to learn to trust and be faithful. And that is challenging. But it's also part of the fun, part of why we picked it here. All right, Hannah, I'll get you one too. Again, Madison, you get the 8 card too. You guys heard me shuffle these cards. Madison, you get the 8 card too. The deeper insights are at hand. The overall plan is good, but the details need work. So you need to reflect a little bit before moving forward. Again, like I told Angie, because she got the same card, you have the ABC, but you don't have the DEF or anything beyond it. Or you have A, B, C, and D, and then you get to F, and then you start worrying about effing it up. Stop worrying about effing it up and just go. Okay? The plan is good, but again, little deeper insights. Make sure whenever you get to plan F that it's not a spot where you're going to F it up. Shaka. That was for you, Madison. Deeper insights are at hand. The 8 card. The 8 is the root chakra, the I am chakra. It is opportunities, karmic patterns, cycles, infinity. Get out of the loop. Shaka, your prayers are being answered, my friend. Number 42, your prayers are being answered and received by the divine, and answers will come soon, although perhaps maybe not in the form that you expect. And that's the thing, folks. That's the thing when we pray and we ask, you know, they tell me that it's all for the asking, everything is ours, and it's in the asking and the way you ask, and the way you ask is in your prayers. But Shaka, your prayers are being answered, but again, they may not come in the way that you wish, right? We may pray for one thing and it shows up in a different way. We may pray for one thing and expect it to come from a certain area of our life, but it actually comes from over here. And if we're not paying attention, if we're not open to receive, we will flat out fucking miss it because we're focused on something else. So, you know, what fucks us up greatest in life is the picture that we hold in our head of how it should look. What we feel, what we think is nowhere near as big or beautiful or as grand as what the Dreamweavers and what our higher self has in store for us. You know, we can picture ourselves just financially secure and stable, and they have us where we're overflowing with wealth. You know, so don't get stuck. Don't get stuck living in just this set picture of your mind. So, you're welcome, Shaka. Your prayers are being answered. The 4-2, those emotional decisions have paid off because you've gone in the direction of your heart. Hannah Cly, you got to come see me to learn this. Embrace your life purpose, Hannah Cly. Says, I am guiding you toward your divine life purpose, and whatever makes your heart joyful is what you're meant to be doing. Right? I don't feel like you've been living an extremely joyful life as of late. I feel like you've been being pulled back and forth between an old way and a new way. You know, a lot of cognitive dissonance going on up here. A lot of your belief systems are starting to kind of crumble and you're seeing things differently. So you just need to step into that 1-2. That is that divine inspiration coming into your heart and trying to fill your heart. And you need to listen to your heart. Okay? Get out of this lower sacral and root energy about how you feel and who you think you are, and get up into your heart and into your higher knowing and know who you are and embrace who you are and start living more wholly and more authentically and moving into that life purpose of being in service to love, because you are a very empathetic person. You understand people. So the more you embrace it, the more you step into the light and away from the shadows and out of the dark, the easier and faster it will come to you. Hannah Cly. All right, Jesse. All right. All right, Jesse. Great Spirit, Archangels. What is the message you have for Jesse this morning? Obviously something she needs to hear from us today. Jesse, you see that map? It says the way forward is open, Jesse. The way forward is open. You are not trapped. Possibilities and opportunities abound. And if you let them, they will guide you to personal and spiritual freedom. You know, the 32, that is bringing balance to your heart space, right? If this is all chaotic, suffering and grieving and in pain, it is out of balance. You have to bring some balance to this heart space in order to have the clarity to see the path forward. Right now, you're drowning in emotion, drowning in sorrow, drowning in grief. Your vision is clouded. Your heart is caged. It's swollen and it's hurting. But in order to learn to let some of that go and to accept some of that and find the way forward, because it is open and possibilities abound for you, that is infinite, is learning to understand that your aunt is okay, that she is at a greater peace than you are now. And that's what happens when we pass, folks. It is essentially a rebirth. You know, in order for things to start anew, old cycles have to end in order to start anew. And that's all that death is in the physical world. It is starting new again, back in spirit. It is literally us being in spirit, waking up from the dream that we are in and having now in this physical experience. So when you understand that when our loved ones cross over, that they are rejoined and they are back with spirit, back with their true self, back whole again, then it is easier to not grieve. It is easier to move from a place of grief to a place of joy, to a place of peace, because we know now that they are at peace. And the grief that we feel is only because we can no longer see them and touch them or talk to them in the physical world. But again, you drop the comment and then says, she just told me, yes, I want a card. So you're already communicating with her. You already know that she's there. So release some of the grief, let some of the clouds dissipate, step into the light of love, and look for the way forward, because it is open. You have the opportunity to create and move forward in a way that hasn't been presented to you before. So when you release the grief, when you bring balance into your heart space, like the 32 is offering you, then you'll be able to clearly see the way forward. So Jesse, and I don't know if you can see what that says there, what's at the X, but the X is joy, right? That is what is at the end, joy, right? You just have to do the work, take some hard steps sometimes, and bring some balance. It is challenging, I know. You know, we're coming up on the 5-year anniversary of Taylor crossing over at the end of the month, and his birthday, which is 2 days later. And that weight of grief still hits every once in a while. Still hits once in a while. Yes, Jesse, keep going. Keep going. There's no need to stop. You've obviously got more to do here. Everybody. You know, there was a time in my life when I wished for death to come take me. But it never did. But it never did. Every time I said that little voice says, no, you've got more to do. You've got bigger work to do. You know? So if you just learn, it took a long time for me to trust that little voice and to listen to it and to lean into it and to really put my faith in it and to trust in it. But when you do, when you learn to have faith, when you trust, when you learn to surrender, life becomes so much freer. Joy comes so much quicker. There is so much joy to be had. The weight of the past, when you release that sack of bricks of whatever it is that you're carrying, guilt, shame, resentment, anger, bitterness, pain, abuse, when you learn to set that down and really free yourself and surrender to your higher knowing, to your higher self, to your soul self, and to spirit, you learn to flow, man. Life gets so much easier. And it is liberating. It is liberating. Yes, you do. Learn to trust her. 15 years for your son. Yeah, it's challenging, and it doesn't, I can't say that is, I don't want to say that it doesn't go away, because it's a scar, you know, and scars stay, but they heal. And the more we quit picking at the wound, the faster and the stronger the scar will heal, and the easier it is for us to move on. It is difficult, but when you move to that place of knowing from grief to peace, because you know that they are back whole again, and that everything that they experienced in their life and that you experienced with them was for you, their benefit and for yours to grow and to learn. Powerful. Powerful. Here I was not knowing what I was going to talk about today. The last couple Fridays before I come on here, it's been very quiet. Very, very quiet up here. And yeah, that's because it's a challenge, Matthew. It's a challenge. You talk about trust and faith, and, you know, it's testing your faith and your trust in us and yourself, and knowing that you're going to have the words and that we're going to be there for you. And they always are. But again, sometimes it's challenging. You're right. It doesn't necessarily go away. I mean, it's still there because they're still there. And those moments that they come to us, you know, that they come to our awareness and we experience memories, that's them. That's literally them. Most likely coming up and putting their hand on your shoulder and saying, I'm here. I got you. We got you. Have some faith. No worries. Oh, Jesse. Yeah, well, they're both up there watching over you. They're both up there guiding and watching and trying to be supportive of you and trying to show you the light. You just got to learn to step further into it. Learn to step further into it. So, anyway. I'm going to drop this in here. Is there not that one? Telling me to. There's that. If anybody feels like, oh, what do I do? If anybody feels like doing that, they can. Also, hit the share button. You know, man, this eclipse portal has got me in a way. They do this to me every time. I was born between the eclipses, and so every time these eclipse portals open, and it just, and this one is a fun one, man. This one's been interesting in here and in here, you know, because of where it's at. In Pisces, the North Node being in Pisces, and that's my 7th. Long-term commitments and contracts. long-term partnerships. Also, Saturn's returned. Saturn has went retrograde and is dipping back into Pisces one last time. So there's that. That's fun too. So if you guys are feeling it, and feeling the emotions and the tides swinging in your life because of this eclipse portal, I empathize with you because I understand, because I'm feeling it too. So she knew she could help me more with my gifts there. Yes. Yeah. That, and it was just her time. It was just her time. You know, everybody's time comes sooner or later. Some early on in life, like my son, Erica's son. Some not till late in life, my grandparents, and what I've been told for myself. You know, my grandfather, my paternal grandfather at 98. And I've been told that I'm going to be probably the first one to see 100 in my family, that I will be the first one to hit the century mark. And so that's exciting, but it's also a bit daunting because I just turned 49, man. You know, like I'm fucking halfway. But it's exciting because of the time we're in right now. And I understand it because I've been able to step out and see the bigger picture. You know, why we all chose to come here at this crazy, tumultuous time. You know, this shifting into a new age. We really are. We really are. Into back to the way humanity really is supposed to be. Empathetic, loving, and in the service to love in each other. And to see and get to witness and participate in this change. Not only that, but at a time when, this is going to sound odd to some people, but when prophecies actually start to be fulfilled, and the star nations returning, and it is exciting to think that I'll get to witness that and to be a part of it. You know, a lot of that sci-fi, science fiction stuff that we grew up with in the media as a kid is actually coming to a reality, you know, and it's wild to think about that. You know, the last 2 weeks, they've been leading me to a lot of cosmology, astrobiology, more into quantum physics, time travel, alternate realities, space exploration, and those kind of things. And it's exciting to be where we're at as a species, as we are right at the threshold of major technological advancements, and we're at a place where we're at a fork in the road, and it could go really bad or it could go really good. And to be a part of that is exciting. To be on the side of the light and to work to try to bring awareness to others, to be in service to others, to be in service to love, to share the messages of humanity and their evolution and consciousness back to the way humanity is supposed to be, back to the true nature of your creative reality, back to the true nature of who you are as a species and where you are on your path of evolution, the returning of the starred nations, the coming together as a global community and no longer operating in a tribal system or mentality. These are truly exciting times for you as a species. We are thrilled to be a part of it, to be guides and usher in this age of enlightenment and technological advancement for humanity. And we are excited for the potentiality of humanity to rejoin us in the cosmos as the true powerful creators that they are, to return to their star family. What was that? Oh, Orlo, the Mantid from the Council of Light. Is who that was. Okay. Exciting stuff. So I guess you guys got to hear one of my galactic friends there. Yeah, that is Orlo. He is a Mantid being, and he is part of the Galactic Federation of Light. He sits on the Council of Light with one of my celestial parents, who is a Pleiadian. His name is Kesmir. And so there's that. What's a little scary, Hannah? Oh, yeah. Crazy times. A little scary. Yeah, it can be a little scary. AI is at that point where we need to really rethink what we're doing with it and how we're going to use it, because it has potential to be dangerous. People relying on AI just getting dumber and dumber and dumber because they don't have to think anymore. That's the real danger with AI. That is the real danger with AI. So shake your head while you're still here, accepting it more now. Physically, you're so limited, but it's nuts. Well, you're limited physically, but not here. You're not limited here and you're not limited here. And maybe that's why they put you in that chair, so you can learn how to truly create with your mind and with your heart, Jesse. Yeah, there's so many things out there. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, though. If you hold that fearful vibration, when you start exploring out there into the darkness and you start opening yourself, you're going to get shit to be scared of, because that's the way it works. What you open yourself up as, what you put yourself out there as, that's what they're going to show you in return. They speak through me like that all the time. Yeah, I know. I know. I just don't know if they've ever come through here on a live stream. Yeah, it is not all physical. We just have this illusion that we're having this physical experience. This is what I try to tell people all the time. We are actually in spirit right now, dreaming that we're here. But because of this, the way it works, we have this illusion in our mind that this is all there is. And that's why the shamanic way, the shamans talk about dreaming your reality, that taking control of your dream, and working with the dream weavers, working with the unseen realm to create this experience for our soul to learn and grow. And so when you move into a place of love and you get out of those lower vibrational energies, and I don't even like using that term, but those primal energies, and move up into the higher awareness and up into the heart space, those are the energies that you'll attract. Those are the beings that you'll attract. You'll wind up working with the angels, with the archangels, with the nature spirits, with the dream weavers, with your spirit guides, just as much. Okay, conversation with Ashley the other day. You're more frustrated than scared? Yeah, I get that. So, okay. A lot of us have been brought up here in America with the idea of Western ideology and religion, Western theology, Christianity in one form or another. And we've all been told and conditioned to believe that the occult, things in the darkness, spirits are all evil, demons and all that stuff exists. And that people like me, that whenever we do this channeling work, we're channeling demons, we're channeling evil spirits. And that is absolutely not the fucking case, especially not with me. It may be for other people, but not for me. Okay. So just like you can channel the benevolent beings like I do, you can also channel the malevolent ones too, And so that's why you need to use caution when you're doing this kind of work, when you're doing soul work, when you're looking to step out into the unseen and you're looking to make contact with the unseen. You have to let go of the fear, because your fear is exactly what you're asking the unseen to show you and to validate. Okay. So when you let go of the fear and you embrace the love and you say, show me those that love me, let me see the love, that's what you're going to get. And it's no different in our everyday creation. It's no different in our everyday physical reality, is no different looking in the seen world than in the unseen world. So when you get your vision right and you start looking for the beauty in life, you start looking for the loving and joyful experiences, you will have more of them. You want to fly with wings? Yeah, I get it. Weighty Hog! Oh, Weighty Hog joining me this morning. Thank you, brother. I'd like to fly. I actually, I had a moment this morning in meditation where I shifted out of my body. I left my body and joined spirit. I was flying as an eagle, high above the mountains, down into the rivers, just soaring all around, just having a great fucking time. The demons are diamonds for you. Yes. The demons are diamonds. They can be, if you can embrace, if you can contact them without a place of fear and not get engaged and not take on and not let them attach and learn what they've got to teach you. Absolutely. And that's the thing, folks. I tell you guys all the time, the shit that you see in the unseen, in the seen and the unseen realms is because of you. Is because of you. It is all for you, but it's also because of you. Things don't happen to us, they happen for us, and more importantly, they happen because of us. What's good, bro? Man, just, living the dream. Living the dream. Finish up my coffee as I pour half of it down my face. So, anyway, if anybody has any questions or comments about anything I've said, let me know, man. Otherwise, quarter till. Actually, this watch is behind. Otherwise, empathy today. Empathy, empathy, empathy. Not sympathy. Empathy is you feel it and you understand it and you use it in service of love. Sympathy is you feel it, you understand it, and you hold on to it. So, empathy. Be in service to love today. Be empathetic. Listen. Listen. And listen not to respond and reply. Listen just to listen and understand. That is another thing I feel like is lost in this world, along with the empathy, is our ability to listen. A lot of people listen to reply, listen to respond instead of listening to understand. And that's a big difference. And that is how you become empathetic, is when you listen to understand and not listen to reply. You're not listening to somebody's story and say, oh, this is how it relates to me. And then you start talking about your story. That's not empathy. That's not listening to understand. So, anyway, anybody has any other comments or questions? It was kind of fun to see Orlo come through this morning. Hear him come through. It was a little wild. Wasn't expecting that. Sort of like I wasn't expecting whenever Walks in Darkness came through for Ren last Saturday. Yeah, that's about the plan. That's where I started going when I opened this up. You know, and I said, what's the plan for this weekend? I don't have fucking plans anymore. Because every time I make them, they fall apart. Every time I make them, they fall apart. I had my day planned last Saturday. Meeting here, meeting there, teach, da-da-da-da-da. You can go do this, that, and the other. Nope. Meeting was canceled. Somebody no-showed. My other friend, not for that meeting. I had another supposed to be coming before class. They no-showed. And in class, only one student showed, but I understand why. And then he came through for her, so it was awesome. Thank you, Jesse. So are you. And the frustration is because of your insistence, right? Frustration is because of insistence, and insistence is resistance to the flow of life. So when you learn to surrender and trust and go with the flow of life, some of the frustration goes away. So anyway, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of you for being here with me this morning. And I thank my guides. I thank Orlo and the council for coming through this morning. I thank the archangels for sharing their messages this morning. Oh, thank you, grandmother. I'm proud of you too, because the path you've chosen is a challenging one, and it's I commend you for it. I commend you for it, because it is a challenging path. You know, in the fire service, I had to deal with some of that, and yeah. So kudos to you, grandmother, and blessings to you. So anyway, folks, I thank you all. Angie, thank you. Weddy, thank you. Give me a call. Weddy Hog, give me a call, man. Let's have a video chat sometime later this afternoon if you're free, maybe this evening. I'd like to get together and just talk, just have some community. So anyway, I love you all. I thank you all so very much for being with me this morning and for joining me every Friday and listening to me just rattle on and ramble on sometimes. It is greatly appreciated. And again, today, to activate the power of love in your life, empathy. Empathy, you need to feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. So be loved today, be empathetic, be open, be joyous, be beautiful. Look for the beautiful things in life today. Let go of the fear, surrender, and trust. Trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. A lot of people don't trust themselves anymore. A lot of people don't trust themselves, you know? And if you don't trust other people, that's because you're not trusting of yourself. The other people are just a mirror. They match they mirror back what's inside of you. So learn to trust yourself. Learn to have faith in yourself. Learn to fucking love yourself. Have some fucking empathy for yourself. Some understanding that, you know what? I had to have a hard life. I've been through some shit. I've got some fucking challenges, but you know what? I understand why now. I understand what it was trying to teach me. I understand that it was trying to teach me that I'm powerful, that I'm strong, I'm resilient, that if I'm limited physically or financially or emotionally, how to move through that, how to work through that. It's teaching me to trust. So, yes, Jesse, I will call you immediately after this. Jesse, because I know you've been up late. So, anyway, thank you all for joining me. I love you all very much. Share this message out. Drop a comment. Donate if you feel so inclined. It's greatly appreciated, and it all goes to service. So, join me next Friday. Until then, be well.